How will your party respond to the threats of Islamophobia and hypocritical discrimination against immigrants, asylum seekers and refugees? I would like to ask Hy Roberts to answer the question, please.
You know, for the first time in all the Hustings we've been to, I'm actually glad that this question is on tonight, as we've got no UKIP representative here. They take over the whole meetings and heckle everybody all over the place. I think that the crux of the problem is the politics of fear, as propagated by UKIP. I think that part of the problem is people don't understand. It is a fact that the biggest fear of immigration is among societies which have the least actual immigration. And if you think about it, in Swansea, we live in a community where there are a large number of people from other countries, not just students here in the university, but many people living in the city who contribute and work hard towards our economy and who do a lot of good in our society. We in Plaid Cymru welcome them. And all we say to people who come to this country is have the same respect for us as you expect us to have of you, and we can live together in harmony.
Thank you very much to Hy Roberts. I would now like to invite Ashley Wakeling to answer the question.
Well, this is going to be tricky. I agree entirely with Harry. This is probably going to happen a few times tonight. I agree that the problem is the politics of fear that has been stirred up by UKIP. During eras of austerity, fascism does tend to rear its ugly head, and we've seen it many, many times in the past. When I speak to people about immigration, the main concern they have is lack of school places, lack of hospital beds and lack of homes. And I've always said that's not the fault of immigration, that's the fault of the merry-go-round Labour Conservative government that have failed to cater for these people coming in, that on average, you know, have given 30 billion to our economy every year. So, as Harry said, we welcome immigration, and Islamophobia and racism has to stop.
Thank you to Ashley Wakeling. I would now like to invite Brian Johnson to answer the question.
Yes, it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Immigration. But so is globalisation. What's occurred is that they've deregulated capital, and the peasants and the slaves are revolting and taking a page out of the capitalist book and following the action. What else would you expect? They're looking for survival. That's why people are heading where the action is. They know that they'll be able to survive. Can you blame them? No. Because when you look at history, the whole of Wales, the whole of the UK, all of us here are immigrants. Every one of us here have got an immigrant background. There's no getting away from it. And that's the way it should be. And in socialism, with no borders, right, you'll have even a better chance of going where you want and why you want and searching for to help the rest of the community.
Thank you to Brian Johnson for answering the question, and I would like to invite Mike Sheehan to answer the question.
Thank you very much. Our party is totally opposed to any form of discrimination against people and any demonisation of people who come here. I don't actually like the term immigrant. I like the way that in Canada, when you arrive, you're immediately a new Canadian. They don't call you immigrant, you're a Canadian straight away, just a more recently arrived one. And a lot of the problems in Britain is the language that's being used to demonise people who are here already and to associate them with problems in other countries. And that's very, very dangerous, very threatening to those communities. In fact, the immigrants here make an enormous contribution to the country. They're far more likely to start businesses which employ people, far less likely to claim welfare benefits. They're generally very law-abiding people. They set a very good example. So it's crucially important that government at all levels, politicians at all levels, provide leadership to communities in resisting any kind of negative language against these communities and encouraging the people who look up to them to embrace community and to celebrate the contribution.
Thank you to Mike Sheehan for answering the question. I would now like to invite Geraint Davies to answer the question.
Yeah, the truth is that austerity caused by the government is making people at the finger at immigration flamed by people like UKIP. We're going around in Swansea West putting out a leaflet, for example, saying that multiculturalism and diversity is the cause of terror and child abuse. And obviously this is appalling, so part of the issue is the economic thing. But the other part is actually engaging with all communities. Today I was at the Sunni mosque, Pakistani one here, and they're regularly, obviously there's a Shia Iraqi mosque here which I regularly visit, and there's a Bengali Sunni mosque in Swansea that I go to as well. Basically it's a matter of engaging with, Swansea is a community of communities, and we should keep it that way and celebrate it, all our differences as well as our similarities. And finally, there are discussions about TTIP, which is the US and EU economic linkage. The other big one is that we're going to get to North Africa to give them the means of economic production to stop the causes of migration and also foreign affairs issues.
Thank you, Aaron Davies. And I would like to invite Emily to answer the question.
Immigration. Clearly, Britain is an incredible country, and we want to welcome anyone that wants to come here and work hard. And what we need to do is ensure that we have controlled immigration, so that people don't come here and don't benefit from a fantastic benefits welfare system, and ensure that they can contribute. So that is one thing that we've worked very hard to do, is try and control our borders. I know we haven't got it exactly right, but we are working on it, and please rest assured this is a key focus for us.
Thank you, Emily, for answering the question. I would now like to invite Ronnie Jove to answer the question.
Racism, prejudice, feed off poverty and off misery, and unfortunately also they're given it's given a credibility by the chasing of the mainstream establishment in politics after the ground of UKIP. You know, when the establishment, when mainstream parties try to engage in a race to the bottom on who can be the toughest on asylum seekers, who can be the toughest on immigration controls, who can be the toughest at denying benefits to migrant workers, then unfortunately they help to legitimise the ground that UKIP is exploiting. How do you overcome that prejudice? You overcome it by uniting people in a positive campaign. You know, Tusk opposes racism with a positive campaign for unity, for jobs and homes, not racism.
Thank you very much to Ronnie Jove and all the candidates for answering the question.